Here we are, just who we are, and we are back reading from the Seeker's Journal again by Om Prakash Gilmore. We're at entry number 23. I dreamed that it was time to leave school. I thought I had one more day in the dream to prepare, but time was up and I had to leave in a few hours. I was dressed in clothing that I had slept in. Apparently I had dressed myself the night before after having 3 ounces of whiskey given to me by a person who helped me move my room from an upstairs hotel room to the basement. I passed out without even knowing it and was awakened by a roommate telling me, "We have to leave today." For some reason I removed those clothes and put them back on in preparation to go. While doing so, too fast, I ripped a hole in the knee of the pants and had to take them off and put on another pair. And then I was ready to go. I had the feeling that I would be missing a class that I hadn't been to, which was good because I wasn't prepared for it, and that the class really didn't matter since I had graduated and had enough credits to graduate. This dream was about leaving the religious movement of which I have been a part for several years. I am planning to wrap up with a person I have known very well. The last thing is to do a radio interview with him and then distance myself. The feeling I have is sort of like the one in the dream. I don't like doing it, but I feel obliged because I have started the process. I'm going to wrap up with him as quickly as possible and be gone because I have learned all that I can from them. Being in the denomination was a very good experience that allowed me to explore many religions and spiritualities. I really expanded as a result of being in a place that embraced me and gave me permission to do so. Now it is over. I've grown so far apart from them that I no longer want the same relationship that I had before. I don't want any right now. In fact, that is what I think the dream is about. What does this have to do with my search for crossing dimensional boundaries? I don't know. Maybe this leaving the school is a dimensional boundary and it's time to go. Now, what gave me wings has become a hindrance that I have outgrown. I will find out what my next step is after that, because I'll put on the finishing touch on the interactions I am planning to have with my friend, and then slowly dress myself up again as a free agent. All that I have to pull me forward is my faith and my integrity. Let us hope that the goddess is really with me. As of now, I am completely retired from the ministry. Journal entry 24. I don't know what to even write about today. I had dreams of being attacked again last night and turning back the attacks. I had dreamed of being pursued by my own nightmares and overcoming them by reaching the highest level of understanding a human being could, and by casting a large stone down on top of their heads when they tried to follow. I dreamed about counterfeit gods and goddesses appearing only to be destroyed by the real ones as they'd enter into the dreams after I destroyed the false images, completing the destruction of the ones who were in the background, creating the false images. I had many dreams. In different ways, all of them seemed to stress the idea of being pursued or people attempting to set traps or make accusations against me, with them all being overturned and invalidated. I wonder where these feelings are coming from. I think they are coming as a result of my previous relationships with institutions that were full of characters who were possibly even government informants. who were put in high places to thwart social justice efforts. Many strange incidents occurred involving office break-ins and computer hacks when I was working to promote economic justice and educating people about the shortcomings of the very large trade agreements. I was also doing anti-racism work and teaching people to become self-empowered, which drew someone's attention and got me put on some type of list for several years. Having been betrayed by many of those who pretended to be allies, and having been part of a system full of immoral and manipulative people, gives one a negative view of the world that is hard to shake. I have been able to shake it after many years of spiritual direction, meditation, and personal growth. Perhaps all of these dreams are showing me that there is a pull going on in my subconscious by the memories associated with them to pull me back into the mindset that I had to adopt at that time. Whenever I interact with people from the institution, I am just about pulled back into the old mindset, like a form of PTSD. As in the dreams, I overcome the pull and cast down these ideas. I am free from them and the institution. I will not be part of it anymore. In the dream, in fact, I actually returned to an institution that I was involved with as an observer, and I simply passed through. Just as I have decided to divorce myself from the group permanently, or at least not put my heart and energies into it anymore. From most of my experiences during this journey, I am finding that there is a connection between one's archetypes or mind, the gods or representatives of spirit, and the energies in the world that move us and act upon us by influencing our thought processes and behaviors. The idea that the fifth dimension is one of perception is becoming quite clear now. I am just wondering how much one is able to shape and change one's perceptions so that the change causes a shift in the external world. My guide said that I should try to see and imagine that which is nonsensical or unimaginable, to teach the ego to see beyond itself into other realms of existence or timelines. I have been trying to do this, but I find it difficult. How can one really imagine what has not been seen? In some of my spiritual journeys, when I go into different places, I find it difficult to even see things that are too far out of my regular reference points. I continue to work at it, but it is not easy, and sometimes it gets more difficult, even as I meditate and go to the sacred space in my mind to meet and talk with my guides. They are governed by the same rules that govern my regular life. I don't know if I'm making any progress. I am, however, having insights about all of the spiritual ideas that I have heard most of my life. My understanding is moving beyond the prevailing dualistic view to a holistic view. This, I think, is the fifth dimension. But what is the sixth one? Suppose they are all the same, and one's viewpoint is what determines the dimension. We may all be just one point of light. How is it that we can know for sure if we are or not? These are difficult questions that I plan to find answers for, and perhaps leave these answers for those who follow so they can use them to help promote personal growth and help to create a better world. Journal entry 25. I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle with this attempt to cross dimensional boundaries. I don't understand what's happening. There is a point of silence, so sitting or lying down where I am fully present, but there is nothing. No path, no words, no pictures, no voice. I am suddenly just swept away while I meditate. And when done, I am back. I began to sit and move into a meditative state. I would allow myself to visualize a beautiful place, a place where I would go to meet with my guides and pray and discuss my feelings about my life and the world and hear from them. I have been adding other elements into this place lately. I have been bypassing the laws of physics that preside in this world and doing things that would be impossible. I have made things appear and disappear. I have allowed rain to fall from cloudless sunny skies. I have visualized two suns and the moon in the sky at once. I have gone to totally different places, almost like a different planet, with the grass different texture and the makeup of the grass totally different. And then suddenly I am swept away somewhere. I don't know what happens. I am just gone. I am not asleep. I am awake somewhere. But it is as if my mind is overwhelmed and just clicks off. And then I return, not knowing what really happened. This happened several times during the early morning hours. Every time I did this practice, it happened faster and faster. My question is, where is my mind during those blackouts? Apparently, I am experiencing something so far beyond my logical understanding that I can't even express it. Will I expand my mind to understand more of that which is beyond the ego, as my guides say? Or will I just drive myself mad or end up in a coma somewhere for the next 10 or 20 years? And that is the end of the reading this time. Thanks for being with us here on our YouTube channel. Hit the like, subscribe, leave some comments. The more likes and subscriptions we get, the closer we get to monetizing and being able to make more and better videos. Please visit us at our website. You'll find the link below. And you can find a place where you can make a donation if you'd like, or take a look at our book, The Gathering of the Chosen. We have the first chapter up there, and if you like what you see, you can get a copy of it for a donation of $10, or you can buy it directly from lulu.com. There's a link there too. During these trying and fearful and terrible days, is necessary for us to not only get strong physically and mentally, but spiritually. It's time for us to wake up, and for those who are awake, it's time for us to strengthen ourselves and strengthen our habits and thinking patterns, because we're going to have to live through one of the greatest storms that humanity has ever faced. Thanks for being with us. Remember to subscribe and get your friends to subscribe also. Namaste, everyone.